Hey Leo. Welcome into your weekly reading. Let's go. Okay, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome in. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing okay. Tiana Louise, Intuitive Coach Sultan, here to offer some guidance and some support around your twin flame soulmate connection, right? You guys are in some sort of challenge, separation, difficulty, and you're here to look at what the deal is, what's really going on, and where to go from here. Okay, so I will gladly be your guide around all of that. I've added something new in this week. I just felt guided to do it. My channel is called Worth a Read because not only do I do readings, but I also coach. And one population that I coach are authors, speakers, entrepreneurs. And that's because I really love books. I was a news reporter for a very long time, so I had a very long career in communication, telling stories. Anyway, my background is that books have always been a great source of support in helping me figure out my life, particularly self-help books, books about transformation, personal development, that kind of thing. I always tell my clients, hey, look, I'm here to coach you into being able to coach yourself, right? And before there were coaches, there were books. So I'm always offering books that I feel are worth a read. So at the end of this reading, I will offer a guided message from a book that I'm reading right now that I meditated on around your energy. And I want to share with you what came out of that. So that will be at the end. We'll have a little story time together. Okay? So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure before you click off of this video, you like, you subscribe, and if you feel so inclined, share the messages, right? And I thank you for those of you who are doing that already. Thank you for those of you who are coming back and getting more of my readings. 100% appreciate you for who you are. All of that said, let's look at the energy of your connection right now. What's going on between you guys? Thank you so much, Spirit, for allowing me to be a clean, clear source of divine guidance and channeling so that your messages come through clearly and succinctly for everyone watching this reading at this time. Less of me, more of you. All right. One more shuffle. What's the story? What's the energy between you guys right now? Ooh, we have the King of Pentacles. We have Temperance. And we have Seven of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have Ten of Swords. And it was reversed. I normally don't read reversals, but based on what's come out here, man, there's been some growth, evolution, healing, clear looking. And someone has decided to pull the swords out of their back and stand up on their own 2 feet, which is absolutely amazing. I feel like the blame game here is over. They are seeing the light. They are seeing themselves in the light, taking a long, hard look at themselves and ready to face the challenges that have been presented to them around this connection. This person felt very betrayed in this connection, and that clouded their judgment, clouded their thinking, clouded their spirit. And it's, not just in this connection. This is something that they had brought forth from past lifetimes, past relationships. And I feel like for the first time in a long time, they've been able to clear it out. But it took them having to baby themselves, right? Mother themselves, reparent themselves. And I feel like this person has had mother and father issues that they had to work through as a result of this connection, that's what came up for them in this connection. That's what was activated for them. They literally had to walk through the desert, the burning hot sands of their heart and mind to recover from this. But they have. So if you've been concerned about how you affected this person, know that they are very much in a state of healing, very much in a state of regaining their confidence, balancing out their emotions, gaining more control over themselves. There's some self-mastery that has taken place here. And I say that because, look, we have this King of Pentacles, and this is them, right? When I see the King of Pentacles is wise. The King of Pentacles is mature, but it's as a result of a lot of deep experience and things that have been learned, right? Being able to now look back in hindsight and smile at what was once painful. And that's where this connection is. That's where the energy of it is. And it's because that's where this King of Pentacles has gotten to. And I feel like this is very much your person. And this King of Pentacles also represents some of the healing that had to take place, some of the healing of relationships past, whether they were romantic, familial, right, parental. This person has a very old soul, and as a result of that, they learn quickly, they're very wise, but they've also carried a lot of baggage that, you know, coming into this connection had to be cleared out. We have the Temperance card here. The Temperance is about learning restraint, learning moderation, learning how to balance, and learning how to, you know, master one's own thoughts and emotions, but from a place of connecting with the divine within as a result of doing healing work, right? Temperance is about balancing out the elements of oneself, the light versus the dark, the good versus the bad, being able to widen one's own perspective so that can happen. You know, and I feel like this person has put in a lot of hard work to do that within themselves, you know, and it came with some challenges, 7 of Wands, right? But for every challenge that they face, this person, and this is why they're an old soul, like, they don't run away from it. They don't run away from it. Look, they decided to stand up in this 10 of Swords energy, which, you know, that's not something easy to do, right? Because 10 of Swords, you feel betrayed. You feel like you've been stabbed in the back. You feel like you've been victimized. And to stand up and really take responsibility for that, to go toward your pain and be willing to turn the other cheek so that you can deal with it within yourself without placing blame on another person. That's big. And I feel like that's what this person has been working on. Having to elevate themselves above the limited thinking of their mind that would have them feeling on guard or defensive or like they were in a competition with you. Instead, they've been able to tune into their heart center, and at the core of their heart, they wanted to heal, and so that's what they've done. This is someone who is seeking out transformation, right? Like moving toward it, seeking out, you know, clarity around what has been wrong. So let's pull 3 oracle cards to get some more information around the energy of this connection, what's going on. So we have on their side, pause, on your side, self-worth. Okay. So for them, they had to take a pause. They had to take a step back to look at the impact here and what role they played on the impact that was created in this connection. And I feel like it was a negative impact, one that had you questioning your self-worth, having to charge your worth in the connection. Let's look at the energy surrounding that on a deeper level. And that's for them to do this healing work that, like I said, this person, they dove into the healing, right? Even if sometimes it may take them a minute, but this is what I'm hearing live for, right? Like this is what their soul is here to do, to learn how to be better. Like they're not carrying as much baggage into the next lifetime. Like their soul is ready to like wrap things up that have been lingering. So now that might be difficult for people that they're in connection with, because they intentionally on a soul level are setting themselves up for intense situations that, do not feel good. Ten of Swords is a very painful energy. So they're here to learn these painful lessons so that they can grow and not carry it into a different lifetime. But then it has a negative impact on the people that they're in relationship with, right? And then the people that they're in relationship with tend to attract people who are in this worthiness conversation, right? And in this case, it's you. Let's look at the shared energy between you two one more time as far as this is concerned. Yep, yin and yang. That's what it is. You guys here to balance each other out, play off of each other, mirror one another, right? The yin to the yang. So this has all been very intentional, set up by source, right? And so you may be looking at this person like, yeah, great, I'm glad you got all of this lessons and learning, and you're like Mahatma Gandhi out of this, but here it is, I'm hurt. Let's look at where it's left the connection for right now. We see that there's been this pause, but there's also been some growth and learning on both sides. Let's see where that's landed things in terms of their relationship. So we have birth, love child. Okay, this could definitely symbolize someone being pregnant, right? Yeah, or a child coming about, a child being created. But I feel like this is more of a spiritual birth of you guys each being reborn into that connection. Let's pull some tarot cards to clarify that. But I feel like the lessons here have been so deep that it's actually transformed each of you into totally new people, right? So it's like, even though it was painful, it was totally worth it, right? The lessons have been invaluable. It's kind of like, when you do give birth, it's painful for however many hours you're in labor, but then as soon as the baby comes out, you're like, oh my God, you're instantly relieved, and you're looking at something so beautiful, this little being that's so beautiful. It was like everything was totally worth it, and you instantly forget about the pain. And I feel like that's what's happening in this connection. And when, emotions like that come up in a connection where the bond deepens in that way, a lot of the times it creates the atmosphere for pregnancy to occur. So, that definitely is possible here. So let's pull some tarot cards to see what exactly we're talking about. Why is this birth, love child here? What is that? What does that mean? What is that in reference to? So we have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Cups. And we have the 10 of Wands. Yep. Like I said, this is like having to, labor, put in work, have something, feel heavy, struggle, being burdened, hard times, feeling out in the cold with that 5 of Pentacles, very much having to confront oneself. But in the end, the outcome is this 9 of Cups here, right? Which is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion and luck and fulfillment. So you come out on the other side of it in a much better place. And I feel like that's what happened here. And look, at the bottom of the deck, we have this Temperance again, right? Which is this reconciliation of energy, which I feel like goes with the Temperance card. So it's like, wow, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool. That makes it was like all the pain was worth it. So, now that you've got that out of the way, where do you go from here? And that's what we're going to look at in the extended reading. It's like some potential future outcomes, where this person is at right now, what they are wanting to happen next in the connection, what messages they have for you as a result of that. All of that will be in the extended reading if you want to continue on. And that link is below in the description box. But I want to share with you the guided message, because that will further this message from this book that's totally worth a read, called Alchemy of the Heart, How to Give and Receive More Love. It's written by a woman named Elizabeth Clare Prophet. She's a twin flame. She wrote a book about twin flames, and she has all these other books that are helpful for those walking the spiritual path and having spiritual connections. So, Leo, when I meditated on your energy, look at what came out. Page 128, clearing the heart. Is that not what happened here? Yes, clearing the heart, page 128. It says, I am a being of violet okay, let me talk. It says, I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. This is about working with the violet flame, clearing out anything that could get stuck, pain, betrayal, resentment, anger, hurt, anything that doesn't belong in your heart, that has no place in the heart. Using these affirmations, meditating with these affirmations, visualizing the violet flame, very, very powerful. Continues, my heart is a chakra of violet fire. My heart is the purity God desires. Violet fire, thou love divine, blaze within this heart of mine. Thou art mercy forever true. Keep me always in tune with you. And it talks about the heart being one of the major energy centers, which, I'm sure you already know. And it talks about being able to clear the heart with prayers, affirmations, and visualizations. So, this energy, this could be where the connection stands right now or where the connection needs to go. But if you're still holding on, because remember, we had all of this stuff about self-worth come up on your side. And then we still have this, 5 of Pentacles and pause. Like, I feel like your person is very much in this place of clearing out their heart center. So, these affirmations, these visualizations, these prayers can be very helpful with helping you to, it can be very helpful with tuning the heart to that loving place, to that divine place, to clear out any blocks that have been created there, right? And create a spiritual climate that's conducive to unconditional love and compassion, which is what these connections are all about, right? And I actually used this prayer for myself. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. And you can find these on YouTube, these violet flame meditations. They're very, very powerful. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that was helpful for you. You can get the link to this book, Alchemy of the Heart. I will put it below in the video or in the description box. And if you are interested in reading more about that, you can. But that was what came out when I meditated on your energy in terms of what you need to know. And working with the violet flame, man, the forgiveness, the compassion, the love, the clearing that is birthed, man, it can feel like giving birth, but there's definitely a love child that comes out of it. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to join me in the extended, then I'll see you on the other side. Peace.